Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about how to be more masculine in your relationships. Now, there are definitely some interesting views on masculinity and how it translates to dating and relationships, some of which I think can be pretty unhelpful or just untrue, and some others that could in fact make your dating experience and or life in general more positive overall. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how masculinity can help in dating and relationships. Keep in mind that every relationship is unique and we have to leave room for nuance. The way in which we view masculinity on an individual level is often deeply influenced by our culture. Different cultures have varying norms, expectations, values. So this is going to vary from person to person or relationship to relationship. So just keep that in mind. I think when a man is masculine, it can truly allow the woman in his life to feel more feminine in the process. At least that's been my own personal experience. I would love to hear your experiences down in the comments, and I'd be happy to make a video about femininity as well if you guys want to see it. So the first way to be more masculine in your relationships is to show integrity and reliability. Integrity is all about being honest and consistent in your actions and values, while reliability is about being dependable and keeping your promises that not only you make to other people, but also to yourself. Show the people in your life that you have integrity and you're reliable. You really want to follow through on your commitments, be honest in your communication, and ensure that your actions are aligning with your words. Being someone your significant other can count on makes you more masculine. Simply put here, be a man of your word. This is one of the most masculine and healthy things that you can do for your relationships. Integrity sort of just amplifies these positive qualities that tend to be traditionally associated with masculinity. Responsible, secure, confident in his beliefs. Integrity makes a man more dependable. When a man consistently does what he says he will do, it's going to create trust. I think being reliable and trustworthy are qualities that many people associate with masculinity because they involve taking responsibility and being someone that others can count on. Another thing to mention here is own up to your mistakes and be willing to make amends when necessary. Take responsibility for your role in the relationship's dynamics and work on self-improvement. You really want to be able to recognize when you're wrong or when you have something to work on and actively work on the problem instead of pointing fingers at other people or refusing to take accountability. So all that to say, a way to be more masculine in your relationships is to be a man of integrity, be someone reliable that the people in your life can count on, and be a man of your word. If you feel like this is something you could work on, consider getting help through therapy with today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Navigating the complexities of dating can be challenging, and seeking support from professionals can provide valuable insights and guidance. First, you go to their site. You can use my link, betterhelp.com/CourtneyRyan. You just answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you to a professional who has experience helping people with struggles just like yours. You can do it all from your phone or computer, via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/CourtneyRyan or choose Courtney Ryan during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. Okay, the next way to be more masculine in your relationships is to see, hear, and understand. When you actively try to see and hear and understand someone, you're creating an environment for them to be more vulnerable with you, to feel safe and secure with you. So when I say see, hear, and understand, what you're really doing is creating emotional safety and stability in your relationships. This will make the woman in your life feel emotionally safe, which is just as important as feeling physically safe, which is something that I think is often stressed more in terms of masculinity. I always see things online about physical protection, but I think this emotional aspect really gets overlooked. I think an important element of masculinity is providing emotional safety for your significant other that ultimately will allow your relationship to flourish. Now, emotional strength involves being resilient, calm, supportive, especially during tough times or hard conversations. I would encourage you to practice emotional regulation, stay composed under pressure, and offer a steady, reassuring presence. I'm not telling you that you need to be perfect or you can never be upset or angry. These are normal emotions that are normal for humans to feel, but I do think it's really important to work on your emotional regulation and the way in which you respond. You want to make sure you're being thoughtful about your responses and less reactive. I think someone who is very erratic in the way that they respond to things is not creating an environment where the person in your life is going to feel emotionally safe with you. So I think this is so important and a huge sign that a guy is mature and masculine. Show empathy and understanding while also maintaining your own emotional health. This emotional stability is a hallmark of mature masculinity, showing that a man can handle complexity and conflict well. I think striving to see, hear, and understand someone shows deep respect for them. This respect is going to elevate your relationship and reinforce your role as both a protector and a supporter. The desire to see, hear, and understand your partner doesn't diminish your masculinity. It enhances it. It demonstrates a few things. One, that you're strong enough to engage fully in your relationship. Two, you're confident enough to be vulnerable. And lastly here, you're wise enough to know that true connection requires understanding. All of these things are going to deepen your relationship and reflect a mature, well-rounded masculinity. The next thing is to stay focused and disciplined. I think one of the first ways to do this is by committing to your own goals and values. Having clear goals and values gives you a strong sense of direction, which is often associated with masculinity, traditionally. By staying focused on what matters to you or you and your significant other, you're going to demonstrate leadership and a commitment to your relationship. When you have discipline and sticking to your goals and values, this is going to build trust. When you keep the promises you make to yourself and other people, your significant other will see that you're dependable and that you stand by your commitments. This reliability reassures your partner that they can count on you, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Being disciplined also means making your relationship a priority, whether it's through regular date nights, open communication, setting aside time for meaningful, deep conversations. This focus is going to show that you're dedicated to putting in the work to your connection. However, I do think staying disciplined also involves setting boundaries between your work, your personal interests, and the time that you put into your relationship. And the person you're with needs to understand that as well. Ultimately, your discipline sets a positive example, and I think by showing commitment and focus into your own personal growth, your career, the relationship, you can inspire and motivate the woman in your life to strive for the same. Having a focused approach here is also going to show that you're proactive. By staying focused and disciplined, again, with yourself, with other things in your life, your relationship, you're going to demonstrate these key aspects of masculinity like leadership, strength, and reliability. These qualities not only help you grow as an individual, but also create a better, more stable, more fulfilling relationship long term. And lastly here, take initiative and embrace leadership. I know leadership has sort of come up a few times already in the video, but I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit more because I do think that it's important. Being a leader in your relationship doesn't mean dominating. It doesn't mean making every single decision on your own with no help from your significant other, but it means taking responsibility and guiding or making decisions that are going to benefit both people involved. Now, this will obviously look different for some of you depending on what stage your relationship is in and other varying factors, but it could be doing things like taking initiative and planning dates, discussing future goals, stepping up to solve problems, or try to figure out a solution. There are truly so many different ways that you can take initiative and be a good leader within your relationship. As many of you probably already know, a huge part of being a leader also includes being an effective communicator and making sure that you're being open and honest, as well as creating a space where your significant other feels comfortable being open and honest with you too. This points back to that emotional safety conversation that I talked about earlier. I think it's also important to remember that a strong leader seeks growth not only for themselves, but also for the partnership, for both people in the relationship. And you can do this by pursuing personal development, such as maybe advancing your career, learning new skills, improving your health, and encouraging your partner to do the same, as I mentioned before. Additionally here, maybe start initiating activities that are going to promote mutual growth, taking classes together, reading books. These could be about personal development or relationships, or just enjoying something together, or setting shared goals. The point here is to lead by example. You are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most, and I think it's safe to say that your significant other is absolutely one of those 5 people. I think this really comes down to leading by example and being a leader within your relationship that make the people around you want to be better too. I think when you better yourself and you work on yourself and you improve different areas of your life, it not only helps you be a better you, but it also makes you better for the people in your life as well, in more ways than just one. And just to share a personal example here, when I see my husband make positive changes in his life, when he eats healthy, when he works out, when he works really hard in his business, it makes me want to work on those areas of my life too and show up as the best me that I can be, not only for myself, but also for him. So take initiative, be a leader, lead by example, and your relationship will improve because of it. That is all I have for 4 ways that men can be more masculine in their relationships. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I know masculinity can be kind of a touchy subject because of all the things online about it, but overall here, even taking the masculinity element out of it, I think these are just ways to be a better significant other, to be a better boyfriend, to be a better husband, and to ultimately influence your relationship in a positive and healthy way that's going to help it flourish long term. So again, even if you take the masculinity aspect out of it, I think all of these things are wonderful to start doing and will definitely help out your relationships if you aren't already doing them. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well on a more personal level. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.